co-chair of the CRAW, which along with CDC has an alliance that is focused on increasing the representation of women and underrepresented minorities in computer science. So just briefly, I work in programming languages, specifically domain-specific languages for dealing with ad hoc data. My most recent project has been taking those log files that systems generate and automatically inferring descriptions of those log files from which we can automatically generate tools, so helping people be much more productive. So the problem that CRAW and CDC is trying to address is the lack of representation of women and underrepresented minorities in the field of computer science. There are lots of reasons why that's a problem, but the one I want to focus on here is just the lack of people overall in the field. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports projects that there are going to be many, many more jobs in computer science going forward, and yet the number of people who are choosing to major in computer science in the United States is going down. So the gap is just getting bigger and bigger. And one of the main reasons for that gap is the lack of women and underrepresented minorities in the field. If you look at both the most recent statistics for bachelor's and PhD degrees, it's pathetic. Basically, there's a huge population that we're not tapping, that we could be tapping to help solve this gap. So the goal of the CRAW-CDC alliance is to give women and underrepresented minorities exposure to research careers, and mentoring resources. And the alliance actually has tons and tons of programs focused on all aspects of this pipeline, from the undergraduate level all the way through up to assistant professors, helping them be promoted to full professors. I'm just going to talk about 3 of those programs that have relevance for broader impact kinds of programs. So 2 of them are focused on undergraduates. The first of these is the DREW program, which stands for Distributed Research Experiences for Undergraduates. All of you are familiar probably with the RE program. What this program does is it finds women and underrepresented minorities all across the country who are interested in researching computer science, who may not be at an institution that actually has strong research track, and it matches them with mentors who are at research universities in an area that's of interest to the undergraduate, and it matches them up for the summer, and it gives them funding, and it pays them to go to that mentor's institution for the summer, get involved in a research project, and have real hands-on experience with research. The second program, the collaborative RU program, is for its academic year program at the student's home institution. It's collaborative, and then it requires groups of 2 or more students to get together to work on a research project with a mentor at their home institution. Again, the goal is to get students involved in the research project so they know what research is, and they have the experience of doing research so they can actually get into graduate school when they're ready to graduate. And the third program is the discipline-specific mentoring workshop. This is for graduate students. What happens here is researchers in a particular area get together and design a workshop. Usually it's a day-and-a-half or 2-day workshop. Often it's co-located with a major research conference in the area. And the goal is to have role models and the prominent people in the field brought together with students and young researchers in the area to give them a chance to network, to know each other, and to get mentoring advice that's specific to that particular research area. What are the most important conferences? Who are the most important people? What are the hot topics? How do you get papers published in this particular conference or that particular journal? Right, so those are the programs. How do we know they work? Well, we actually do tons and tons of evaluation. I don't have time to talk about all of the details of that evaluation. I just want to touch on a little bit of the evaluation we've done for the DREW program. So we've studied the number of people who go to DREW then go on to graduate studies. And DREW students go on with much higher percentage than the highest achieving students. You typically would expect the highest achieving students to go on to graduate school with a higher percentage. So DREW is effective at getting people to go to graduate school who might otherwise not. We also have measured that people, if you ask them before they go to DREW and after they go to DREW, their expressed intention to go to graduate school is significantly higher after having gone through the DREW programs. So knowing more about graduate school is encouraging them to actually go on to do graduate school. And then they also report they have vastly increased knowledge about what it means to have a research career. Like, I talk to my parents about doing research. They have no idea what research means, even though I've talked to them many, many times about doing research. There's a general problem in the population. They have no idea what doing research means. They think if you're a professor, that means you teach. And they have no idea that it's only one part of your job description. So the DREW program is helpful in getting students to appreciate what a research career is, what graduate student is like, and what graduate student life is like, and then what you actually have to do to get into graduate school. So there's lots of opportunities here for people in the community to join us. Right? So one of the things about the DREW program is it's extremely resource intensive. Right? It takes a lot of money to pay a graduate student for the summer. It takes a lot of mentors. We had more than 450 applications for the DREW program this most recent year. And we need more mentors. So one of the things that you can do is sign up to be a DREW mentor, which would be helpful in getting these women and underrepresented minorities having good mentors and good research experiences. Another thing you can do is in your NSF grant, you can ask for money to pay for DREW students. So we can leverage our infrastructure in finding these students and matching them up with mentors with more money to be able to pay for more of these students. Similarly, you can mentor and fund crew students. You can find students at your institution who will do these crew projects, and we have infrastructure to help with that process of what it means to do a crew project. And similarly, you can, at the graduate level, you can help organize one of these domain-specific workshops. We have infrastructure for how to do that, what it means, evaluation criteria, and so on. So please join us.